have to get my banks right.
Because I don't know what's going to happen yet. And we haven't kissed yet,
like, hoping to experience total abandon.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
That's Alexandra Sauser-Monig, Amelia Meath, and Molly Aaron-Sarley, and this is a show about being young and getting ready to go to parties and then going to parties and all the things you think about when you're getting ready to go to a party and then when you're at a party. I'm Erica Heilman, and this is Shaking Out the Numb. Here's Alex.
It's the fall. I am in college, and there's a party happening at another house on campus. And I have historically not tended to be the kind of person who goes to parties because I don't like to dance in front of other people. But I think part of being a freshman in college was the opportunity to like reinvent myself.
This is Molly.
It's a Valentine's Day party that we're hosting in Bushwick, Brooklyn, with 8 women and a dog named Rhonda. I'm 20, and I haven't kissed anyone all winter. And I think it's probably not going to happen. You know, like I've been most parties that you spend time getting ready for. Like the getting ready part is the most exciting part. And then you go to the school dance and nobody asks you to dance. Except for Ezra Berger. Thank you, Ezra Berger. That was one of the best. 7th grade, that was one of the best dances of my life to date.
As I'm getting dressed, I'm thinking about what makes me feel like I'm wearing armor. So it's like clothing that I really like wearing, and I like the way that I look in that clothing. And I like the way the plaid shirt fits me, and I like the way my butt looks in my jeans. But I also don't feel like I'm putting anything on the line by wearing any of those clothes.
And I used to make a lot of my own clothes in high school. I had a sewing machine that I didn't really know how to use. And I have this, it's like a turquoise tank top dress that I like to wear. And as my father's friend said to me once when I wore it over to his house, isn't that a little too sexy for homemade? But that was exactly what I was going for. Too sexy for homemade. Yeah.
I don't want to look like I'm trying, and I especially don't want to look like I'm trying if I actually do dance and I look like an idiot. Low expectations, baby.
I do look great. I definitely look great. I look effortlessly great. Like, am I wearing pajamas? Am I wearing a homemade dress? We don't really know, but I look good in it.
The moment before I leave is me putting on my white bicycle helmet. Because what protects you more than a helmet on your head? So I put on my helmet, strapped it under my chin, pushed up my glasses, and like marched out of my door over to Dewey to pregame it in the room of one of my friends who lived in that house.
Blakeney and I are on the couch making a playlist. Astral Weeks is definitely on there. 7 Wonders. What is the one I like? Night Moves. Working on my night moves. And Fade Into You. Nazi Star. Fade into you. That one's like if we're really gonna bare our souls, you know.
I kind of like tentatively open the door to Dewey and can hear that like music is already playing in the living room, but it's got that echoey sound that happens when no one's in the room yet. I like skibble up the stairs to my friend's bedroom, and we're just drinking and smoking weed, and like there's BO, there's weird toxic cranberry juice, there's Nag Champa incense, there's fresh air wafting in, and I am certainly not the decider of when it's time to go, but when somebody's like, should we go downstairs, guys? I'm like, hell yeah, we should go downstairs. Because I am wearing a helmet, and I have been drinking vodka since 8, and now it's 11:30, and I am ready to rage.
Before a party, I usually hide, like have a chat with my self-esteem before we go out. So I go back up to my room so that I can listen in on everyone's conversations, which is one of my favorite things to do. And I wait until I hear someone who introduces himself as Owen. And I don't really know him that well, but it's definitely time to go to the party. It's time to go to the party.
August in the heat, sweaty in the street, tilted whirling, whirling, whirling. I can feel your eyes, find me in the crowd, think you like me now. I've been seeing you every day, on my block in your white tee. You're looking pretty fine to me, so why are you waiting?
I made my way with my friends right to the middle of the room because that's safer because no one can see you because you're not on the edges where you can see bodies. And I am dancing and really headbanging. Like head banging.
He smells like fire smoke.
Did I just, oh, I'm sorry, did I hit you with my helmet? Sorry, man.
I looked at him and I just wanted to
yeah, so I'm like
roll around on him.
Like,
Me and Molly are having so much fun and we're dancing with each other.
Of like
I just really like to be all
love
up in
interest
there.
of the sweaty living room.
That's the real thing.
Underwear, or like if I don't have any underwear, I don't wear them.
I walk over towards Owen and I'm kind of walking over like maybe I'm gonna use the sink or something, like maybe I need to do a dish because it's my house, so I can be doing anything. And once I get over there, I shrug my shoulders and I say, "Hey, Owen." And he says, "Hi, Molly." And he does this thing where he runs his hand over the bristles of his hair and down his neck when he says hello. It's really hot.
Over near the window, I can see this strange, beautiful boy from Raleigh, North Carolina with like long, burnished golden curly hair down to like his shoulders and like very fit, wearing like a black t-shirt and laughing in the window, like throwing his head back laughing. And he looks so nice, but also cool and also hot. And I just want to have a fun interaction that I don't know the end of. So I decide to head in that direction with my helmet.
I can feel your eyes, find me in the crowd, think you like me now.
And he's wearing a metal chain around his neck and a fur coat. And he's wearing like an XXL Green Bay Packers t-shirt that's also a Grateful Dead skull. And he has on velour pants, and he has a really incredible ass and looks great in his velour pants.
And so I walk over to the window and I say, "Hi, I'm Alex." And he introduces himself. And I'm like, "Wow, it's really hot in here." He's like, "Yeah, it's really hot. That's why I'm sitting over by the window." And I'm like, "Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like it'd be kind of fun to go somewhere, don't you?" And he's like, "Yeah. Do you want to go outside?"
At this point, Night Moves has come on. So I'm like, "Hey, love the Green Bay Packers. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette on the roof. Do you want to come with me? He's like, yeah, totally. I was just about to do that.
And I just start running. And I'm just running down the lawn to this stone wall at the end of the lawn that's called the end of the world. And it looks like you could run and take off and fly over the stone wall out into the mountains of Vermont and like the wide open sky. And this boy starts running after me. And we're just running, me in my helmet and him in his t-shirt and his long hair. And we just run until we just collapse on the ground laughing. And then he says, hey, do you want to see my room? And I say, yeah, I want to see your room.
When I'm standing in my dancing shoes, asphalt top and my knees all bruised. It's a summer, got a lot to prove. Can't wait to do it, can you? No!
And it's like that time of fall where it's not really cold at night yet. It's like still a little bit warm. And on the roof, we can see New York City. We're almost done finishing our cigarettes. So I say, hey, do you want to wrestle? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, there's this game that my sister and I used to play called bite fighting. And you wrestle, and whoever bites the other person 3 times first wins. So we get down on our hands and knees. And I say, 1, 2, 3, go. And we kind of like awkwardly move towards each other on our knees. Now we're just up on our knees. And like get to each other and grab each other's shoulders and kind of like suss out strength. I go in and I bite his bicep, and he bites my bare shoulder near my homemade tank top dress. And then I flip him over on the ground and get on top of him.
So we get up off the grass at the end of the world and make our way to his house. And we run up the stairs to his room on the 2nd floor. And he bursts open the door to his room, and it's like blindingly bright. And half of the room's walls have been completely covered floor to ceiling in tinfoil.
I've been seeing you every day on my block in your white tee. You're looking pretty finding me, so why are you waiting?
And then we kind of slow down, and then takes my hand and puts it to his mouth and bites my knuckles. And then he flips me over and pins me down and bites my ear and whispers in my ear, I win, and kisses me. And kissing Owen is like becoming something electric.
So his room is just like blindingly bright. And he's like, yeah, man, I just thought it'd be really cool to live in a room that's walls are covered with tinfoil. So I'm working on, do you want to help me? Would you be down? And I'm like, yeah, I'm down. And this is like my dream version of what could possibly happen. Taping tinfoil to the wall while drunk and wearing a helmet with a strange, cute boy is like a dream come true.
While we're kissing, he leans back and says, like, you look really beautiful on the AstroTurf right now. and I'm like, men always say that women are more romantic than men are, but I think men are just as romantic as women are. And he says, well, don't think of me like a man. Think of me like a cat.
It's like flying. The feeling of a party on the weekend and not knowing what's going to happen and feeling like anything might happen is like lifting above the earth and just leaving it behind completely with your helmet on.
So I'm really enjoying kissing him, but I'm also feeling totally overwhelmed because all of a sudden I'm feeling really close to this person who I actually don't know. So I say, I need to take a break. And he says, okay. And as we're both on our backs, looking up at the sky, and for a really brief moment in time, I feel like I have everything.
August in the heat, sweaty in the street, till whirling, whirling, whirling.
That was Alexandra Sauser Monig, Molly Aaron Sarley, and a few expletives from Amelia Meath. Together, they are Mountain Man, an a cappella band out of Durham, North Carolina. They've also gotten ready for a lot of parties together. The song you're listening to is Ferris Wheel from Sylvan Esso's new record, Free Love, which is out now. Go to sylvanesso.com for more. I'm Erica Heilman. Thanks a lot for listening.
Can you now? Oh, I'm swaying from side to side in the neon lights, singing Hello Underworld, got vibes. Beautiful for tonight. Take me, me, Ferris wheeling, babe. It's the air I crave. When we're up so high, salty wind and night, make out mountain time. I've been seeing you every day on my block in your white tee. You're looking pretty fine to me, so why are you waiting? When I'm standing in my dancing shoes, asphalt's hot and my knees all bruised. It's a summer, got a lot to prove. Can't wait to do it, can you now? Oh, I'm swaying from side to side in the neon lights, singing Hello Underworld, got vibes. Beautiful for tonight. Beautiful for tonight. Beautiful for tonight. I've been seeing you every day on my block in your white tee. You're looking pretty fine to me, so why are you waiting? I've been seeing you every day on my block in your white tee. You're looking pretty fine to me, so why are you waiting?